This area right here behind me has looked like this basically ever since I moved in. This is where I do all of my shipping, which at this point is a pretty major part of my day. And this space is awful. It is the worst. It is so unproductive, and we're gonna be fixing that with this pile of stuff. But before I can get all of that stuff set up, I need to start by getting this stuff unset up. I need to get it out of here, consolidated somewhere that's not in the way so I can build the new shelves there. All right, so the wall's all clean now. I vacuumed the floor and the walls and the corner and the ceiling and everything, so it's all much better than it was before. On this side of the room, which is now covered in junk, I use these carpet squares. They're cheap and easy, and they're replaceable if I make a mess on them. So I may go buy some of these carpet squares to make that floor over there nicer. I stand in this area for a fairly long portion of time every day, and getting some extra padding on the floor will just make it nicer on my feet. Plus, it'll look nicer and I can just vacuum it off, so I think it's probably worth the investment. All right, everything we need is now in here and ready to go in, starting with the carpet. But before I do that, I decided to replace these outlets here from single outlets to double outlets. So I'll get those in next. All right, outlets are in. I put a 4 over there, and I only ended up doing a normal 2 outlet over here. Next up is getting this carpet installed. So I got my monitor in place. I'm gonna put in the computer next. And I also got this pegboard set up here. Now I just kind of bought assorted hooks just to have something in the meantime. But eventually my plan is to have bins that hang off of this pegboard specifically for things like stickers and whatever else I always put in my packages. So when I'm packaging a package, I can just grab it from here instead of needing to walk all the way over to one of these shelves. The shipping station is pretty much put together, and I'm trying to ship packages, but I found a problem with it. This was definitely something I was worried about when I was putting it together, but I was just hoping it would be okay. But it's that beam right there. I can hit my head on it, and I do hit my head on it. So I need to find something better here. The nuclear option is just to get rid of it, which I may have to do. I could potentially also build something up that extends this and goes over, but I'm gonna try something that may be a little wobbly if it doesn't work very well, but it might work. And that is, these little shelf brackets here have 2 different tabs that slot into these holes. I'm just gonna try moving it up one, so this top shelf is only supported by 1 tab. If it's scary, then I'll just take it back down again, but if it works, it could be the solution. So that works. As long as I am not stretching up, I can't hit it. And even when I do stretch up, I only knock the headphones off my head. I don't hit my head on it. I went ahead and put in a screw right here on both sides. Well, I didn't do it in the back, but I did it on the left and the right of the front. And that gets rid of any wiggle from this bar. It's not gonna go anywhere. I guess I could theoretically somehow knock that up accidentally and risk it falling, but there's no reason that I would be knocking that up back there. So I think this will do. I'm not gonna accidentally hit my head on it. I could do it intentionally, but not accidentally. So that was a nice little easy win. Now I need to actually ship these packages. I would have to say the first test of the desk was successful. There's some tweaks that need to be made, mostly in terms of getting stuff more within arm's reach. For example, my packing inserts here, I could not reach from my stool and I had to get up. This desk is definitely more efficient if you're on your feet, and 90% of the time I'm just sending 2-3 packages. But during like the Kickstarter, I can spend hours at this desk. And that's when I really need to be able to have the option of sitting down as I go throughout the day. I can switch back and forth between standing and sitting. And when you're sitting, you have a lot less mobility to get to these things that are farther away. My plan to solve that is to put bins up here on this pegboard. That's why this pegboard exists. I just need to get around to making those. It's not going to happen today. But overall, I'm calling this a big win. It really is such a huge improvement from my old desk. And look at how much space I have left. It's still all mostly empty, especially over on this side. I'll honestly probably use this as my desk a lot going forwards, because it is the most comfortable place I have to work now. If I make any changes in the future going forwards, I will post an update. Probably on Instagram, not another full YouTube video. If you have a suggested change, leave it down in the comments. This is a adaptable system. I'm sure it will evolve throughout time, and I would love to hear the feedback from you guys who do this like a lot more than I do on what you would do differently. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.